Welcome back. We are going to learn about creating anonymous functions that get passed into functions which are called closures. We can also go through the definition from the doc, which compares Swift closures to blocks in C and Objective-C and to lambdas in the other programming languages. Let's go ahead and start by creating a values array and also create a function to calculate the sum of two numbers. Create an instance to calculate the sum of all the items from the value array. Assign result and initial value 0, and we will use for each to iterate through all the values and sum it to the variable result. We can go ahead and print this result. The value will be 10, which is the sum of all the values which are available in value array. Now we are going to use a reduce function. What it does is takes a collection and breaks it down to one number. Reduce function receives two parameters. First, it takes an initial value and the other parameter is a function. We can go ahead and pass some function as second argument for the reduce function and print the value of result 1, which is same as before. Only difference is the way we have approached. But the closures would not have the same syntax. How the syntax is formed, I'm going to show you in the next line. I'll go ahead and take a copy of the first result and name it result2. Focus on this part. Instead of passing function name as an argument, what we are going to do is, since the second argument has no name, we are going to add an underscore with the colon and add function sum from the parameter till end as an argument to this function. We're gonna remove this curly brace from here and add a in keyword. Add brace just before the arguments and done. We have written our first closure. It might look very confusing in the beginning, but if you understand the way of mentioning parameters and return times for the closure, it will become easy and it's very handy. There are different ways a closure can be written, and in the next set of examples, I'm gonna show you different ways we can represent the same thing what we just did. Create a result3 instance, and we can go ahead and copy and paste the previous value result into result3. Let's see the different ways this can be written. We'll start removing the return type int. Since Swift uses type inference to infer what types your variables have, it is not required. And this just works as expected. We'll drill down this and see if this can be shortened further. Let's copy and create a result4. Remove the optional return, and this syntax also works fine. We'll further see if the syntax can be changed. Create a fresh copy and name it result5. We'll remove the parameters and the in keyword. Now we don't have value 1 and value 2 instances. These values could be accessed by using $0 and 1. Simply returning the sum of values at $0 and $1 index would give the same result. Let's create a next copy, which is result 6, and in this case we'll remove the optional return. Create a copy 7, and in this case we are going to see the another way the same can be written. If the closure is the only parameter or if it is the last parameter to the function, you don't need to mention it in the angular braces. Since in our case this is the last parameter, this can be written like this. This form is called the trailing closure. Let's create the copy 8 and see if there is any other way this can be written. In our case, we know the function accepts an initial value which is given as 0, and the second part does sum all the items from the value array. This is one more form in which we can do the same thing. There are two arguments. The first one is the initial value and the second one is the type of operation which we are doing. So this is it for today's topic. We learned the different ways one can write closures. Next video would be a deep dive in to some more closure examples. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, let us know in the comment section your thoughts or your requests. Do share and hit like if it is useful to you in any way. Thank you and see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.